What's going on, my fragrance family? You know, it's your boy Shemo back at it again with another video. Guys, I do hope as always that this video finds you in good health. In this channel we talk about fragrances, lifestyle, and how to use the art of fragrance to attract the woman of your dream. So if you're new to this channel, you happen to be passing by for the first time, I ask that you stop for a moment, watch a video, drop a like in the video, and if you take anything of interest or substance from any one of my videos, I ask that you subscribe to the channel as well, because it does help the channel to grow, and it also ensures that whenever I upload a video, you will be the first to watch it and you can come and rock with me and just be a part of the Shemo fragrance family. Today I want to talk about 5 fragrances in the collection that are oud dominant fragrances. Oud note in fragrances is a very strong and powerful note. This can be a note that some people will not like, and it can also be a note that some people love. But for the most part, the oud note, it is strong and it is in your face, and it is a very long-lasting fragrance note. So if you are interested in the note of oud and you want to know the 5 fragrances that I have in the collection that are very strong, very animalic, and very good at getting compliment if the person loves the oud note in fragrances, then I ask that you stick around for a moment as always. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you who knows me, know what I'm all about already. For those of you who don't, the name is Shemo, and on this channel we talk about fragrances, lifestyle, and how to use the art of fragrance to attract the woman of your dream. As was stated before, guys, 5 fragrances I have in the collection that are very strong, very potent. They're in your face type of a fragrance, with an exception of one that has the oud note. It is very strong, very long lasting, but this one particular fragrance, it is not that powerful in the sense that it will not turn you off from the oud note, because the oud note, it can be a hit or a miss. So let's just dive in, guys, and talk about these 5 fragrances that I have in the collection that are super amazing in my opinion, great for compliment, and has a very strong oud note. So the first one in the collection that I want to talk about today, guys, is Montel Intense Black Oud. This one is from the house of Montel Paris. If you guys know this fragrance, then you know this is a very, very strong fragrance. Whenever you're wearing this fragrance, guys, don't go with more than 2 sprays. Do not wear this fragrance casual. Do not wear this fragrance on a date. Do not wear this fragrance to the club. Wear this fragrance in an elegant, business-like setting. Or if you're just going to have a drink, you want to smell sophisticated, you're going to the lounge. You're going to sit, have a drink with your peers in an elegant fashion. This is a fragrance that you can wear. It is very strong, guys. Please be aware of that. Montel Intense Black Oud, very strong. This one, it is not made up of a lot of notes. It has the rose, the patchouli, and it also has some musky nuances in the dry down, and also the mandarin orange in the opening. But what this fragrance is famous for is the dominant oud character that this fragrance has. So it mixes beautifully with the patchouli and the rose, thus making this fragrance one that stands out. Do not wear this fragrance casually, guys. I tell you, wear this one in an upscale setting. It is a great fragrance for a compliment when worn properly. So Montel Intense Black Oud on the number 1 spot. Very strong, very animalic, warm and spicy fragrance that is in your face. It is great for compliment when worn properly. So try this one out, guys, if you haven't already. I'll put the link in the video description below where you can pick this one up. It's a great fragrance for a compliment. Just be aware, it is very strong. So Montel Intense Black Oud on the number 1 spot. Number 2 is Red Tobacco from the House of Mancera. A fragrance that I love and a fragrance that I talk about a lot. But this one also has the oud note. It also has the rose, the saffron, and the tobacco. Great fragrance, very long lasting fragrance, very great fragrance for a compliment. This one again, it is very strong, in your face type of a fragrance. This one you don't need to go more than 2 sprays. As a matter of fact, all these fragrances on the list, you don't need more than 2 sprays because they're very strong. They're very great fragrance for a compliment, guys, because they stand out in the crowd. But be aware, the oud note again, guys, it can be a hit or a miss. You have to be a dominant type of a guy. You have to be a masculine guy. You have to be a confident guy to pull off a oud fragrance. So if you're not confident, if you're shy and laid back, the oud fragrances, they're not for you. But if you're bold, you will rock these fragrances and you will get compliments when you do. So Red Tobacco is my favorite, or one of my favorites from the House of Mancera, that gets a lot of compliment because it is a dominant tobacco and oud fragrance. So try Red Tobacco on the number 2 spot. Number 3 is Jubilation 25, a warm and spicy and sweet fragrance. This one has the note of honey. It is earthy and musky in the dry down, and also it has this incense vibe. This is a great fragrance for a compliment. It is a fragrance that will leave you stand out in the crowd. It has the rose and the blackberry and the woodsy character in the dry down with some musky nuances to it. So you're looking for an oud fragrance that is dominant in the oud note but also has some sexy fruity accord to it, sweetened with honey and cinnamon. This is one that you will love. Jubilation 25, another great fragrance from the House of Aoud that is very dominant in the oud character. This is one that gets you compliment, and again, you don't need to go with more than 2 sprays of any of these fragrances. They last all day and they get you compliment because they're fragrances that stands out. This is not for a teenager. As a matter of fact, there's only one fragrance on this list that I would recommend a teenager to wear. All the other fragrances, they're masculine, dominant fragrance that a macho man should wear. So Jubilation 25 from the House of Aoud, another great oud fragrance that mixed with the rose and the blackberry and the musk and the cinnamon and the honey. Guys, this one, just try it out. You're gonna love it. It's great for compliment and it will leave you stand out in the crowd. Number 4 is another one from the House of Mancera, and this one is Oud Exclusive. Oud and Rose. That is basically what you get with Oud Exclusive, guys. If you love Rose, you will love this one. It is very strong, very great at getting compliment. This one garners attention. I have gotten some crazy compliments with this fragrance, so I know it is a fragrance that stands out. The oud note is very dominant. This one is very spicy and warm and earthy, with also some musky nuances in the dry down. This will leave you smelling great, guys. But again, be aware, the oud note is very strong. So teenager, this one is not for you. Oud Exclusive on the number 4 spot, very strong, in your face type of a oud fragrance that gets a lot of compliment. And the final one that I have on the list is Initio's Oud for Greatness. This is the only fragrance on the list that I would recommend a teenager to wear. And that is because this one, while it is an oud fragrance that is very strong and very animalic, but it also has this calming effect to it. And I think the reason why this fragrance is tamed down so much is because of the lavender note that is in this fragrance. So what you get is oud, lavender, and patchouli. Basically, that's what I get in this fragrance. Oud, lavender, and patchouli. But the lavender is a dominant note in this fragrance, mixed with the oud, making this fragrance smell so good. While being strong, it is not off-putting. So this is the only fragrance on the list that I would recommend a teenager to try. And that is because this one is an entry-level oud fragrance in my opinion. While being very expensive, as a matter of fact, it is the most expensive fragrance on the list. But it is also the best versatile in terms of who can wear this one on the list. So teenagers, you can wear this one. If you're just getting into the note of oud and you want to understand what the oud note smells like, this is the first one that I would recommend you to try, because it is not off-putting. It is soothing, sexy, great at getting compliment, and it's an amazing long-lasting scent. So oud for greatness on the number 5 spot. So these 5 fragrances, guys, that I recommend you, these are very strong, very animalic fragrances with a strong and potent oud note, great at drawing compliments from the people around you. So if you are into compliments and you want to smell sexy with an edge of sophistication and elegance with an oud note, I recommend you any one of these fragrances. So guys, the link for these fragrances, they will be in the video description below. Go ahead and try these fragrances out. I promise you, you're gonna love one of these. The only one you should blind buy is Oud for Greatness, because while being strong, it is not offensive. It is a sexy fragrance that anyone can appreciate. So you're just getting into the note of oud, you will love Oud for Greatness if you try that one out. And then you can move on to the other oud fragrances because they're stunning. So that's what I have for you this morning, guys. 5 strong, potent oud fragrances that I have in the collection that are great at receiving compliments. So as always, you know it's your boy Shemo. Thank you for watching my videos, guys, and I appreciate you, and I look forward to see you in another video. Peace. Have a great one, guys.
Big life, live life, trafficking, back it in. To the top of it, up it in, what it in.